Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going today? Carpo here. I wanted to make a video about rocks, straight up. I've always been a little bit obsessive about rocks and stones. When I go to the beach or I go anywhere, I'm always looking for cool agates or petrified wood, anything I can find. And on the trip to Symbiosis recently, it turns out the property they held it on had some pretty nice agates out there, and I always have my eye to the ground looking for good stones, and you tend to start finding awesome stones when you look for them, and you get the eye for it. But sometimes the ones that you find that don't look that great end up being the greatest ones. And so anyway, first I wanted to show some of the stones that I like, the types of stones that I was given, the ones that I like, out of my collection. Hopefully it focuses somewhat well. This is a piece of petrified wood, and it's got some nice, very nice obsidian-like, type look to it. The way that the minerals sit in there is just gorgeous, and little imperfections and whatnot. This is a couple of these I bought off a roadside vendor that his name's Flick, and he used to sell them up on Highway 14 here. And he'd go to like rock and gem shows in Arizona, then he'd bring them up here by the truckload and sell them himself, and he sold them really good prices. This is a piece of celestite. I don't know, hopefully you'll be able to see that somewhat, but it's blue. It's very, very heavy. It's like the heaviest crystal. And it's because it apparently forms from clay-like substrate, so it's just got a heavier mineral composition, but it's a fascinating crystal. And this one right here this is absolutely my favorite. This is calcite with fluorite, covered with granular quartz and pyrite. So it has like 4 different ones, and I have the focus just set on the camera, so hopefully you can get a little bit of that and get an idea of what it looks like. But they're just gorgeous. Maybe I'll do some close-ups, like, when I upload the video. This is just a simple piece of, wait, what is this? Is it stilbite? Now see, I'm confused now. I'll forget some of these, but it's a type of, it looks like rose quartz, but it's not. Anyway, the reason I like it is because it has a perfect fit in the hand. And I think I got that for like, I don't know, $5 or something. And anyway, the celestite I think I paid $20 for, and that gorgeous piece over here, I saw one of these online for like $300 or $400. I couldn't believe it. It was ridiculous. It was smaller too. I got that for like $22, and for me, I mean, it wasn't even about the price. I just love having awesome stones. This right here is just a calcite wand that I made. I actually put clay on it and then put another piece down here of a different stone I can't remember, but it has a little hole in the side so I can put this in. It was supposed to stay in there before, but it's a beautifully cut, it's an emerald cut amethyst piece, and a friend of mine brought it back from Afghanistan. He was in the military. It was like a friend of mine's brother who was also a friend, but I mean, we never hung out or anything. I just found it really cool that he brought back something like that and gave it to me because he knew I liked stones. And he also gave me this. This is a very, very nice piece of, wait, no, I'm having a brain fart right now. Lapis lazuli, and just really a gorgeous specimen. The shape of it's really interesting. And he gave me both of those. So now I go on to my stones because I really wanted to show these. These are so cool. And a few of my little tricks, like I found all of these. These are all just slices that I made. So for example, I found some agates. I go out and I'll slice them up with my own tile saw. It's just a cheap $80 tile saw, and they make phenomenal cuts. It's just a matter of getting that polishing down. I just wanted to get an idea of kind of what I had. But what inspired me to make this video was I've had this rock in my collection for, God, I don't know, years. It was just a white rock. To me, it just looked like some sort of a white quartz, with green on it, and I wasn't familiar with moss agates, and it was after I cut it that I was like, whoa, what kind of agate was that, you know? I opened it up today, and it has these beautiful lateral lines in it. And one of the ways that I look at things, besides using a flashlight, of course, is, and this is something I wanted to share too, I love this, lasers. And you can use a laser to really get a deep look at a stone. You can actually shine lasers at stones down on the beach, or when you're out cruising around at night. Be careful. But this one right here, this just looked like a blue stone from the outside. Probably won't be able to see it as well, but it didn't look like much. It was just bluish stone, and I thought that was the color. I didn't realize it was just the color of the agate shining through. And this turned out to be, see if I can even get that one. I'm just trying to give you an idea of like how clear they are, but you'll never be able to really see it on camera, of course. But there we go, somewhat. I believe this is another moss agate, if I'm not mistaken, because I looked inside and it has a little green tint inside. So I have so many in here, I'm not going to show them all, obviously. The reason I'm really into it right now is because I've been wanting to do lapidary work since I was a kid. I've been obsessed with rocks, and I've just never had the money to buy like the saws and all the equipment. I used my little tile saw, but I've been looking online, and I found some dude on Craigslist who's he's selling a full setup with like the wheels and the saw and everything, and he said he'd sell it to me for $350. He had it up for $425, and it was actually a really good deal. And for me, going out there and buying something that will help me be able to work with stones the way I, have always wanted, I think that that's awesome. Yeah, pieces of jasper and all kinds of stuff. Here's the prized specimen that I wanted to share, because this whole thing's full of agates. There's no point in showing them. But, okay, so I was finding all these pretty good size, agates around camp and elsewhere, and I went down to see Papadosio play at the main stage, and over by the fence, it's a fence that's been there forever for the cows or whatnot. And so I'm standing over there by the fence post, and there's a pile of rocks that they'd kind of pushed out of the way when they made areas for the stage and whatnot. And I look down, and there's this thing just sitting there on the top of the rock pile. And I picked it up, and I instantly knew it was a piece of petrified wood. Not just a piece of petrified wood, but, I mean, I know this is going to be absolutely gorgeous when I cut it. So I'm going to, since that's the last one, I'm just going to go ahead and try to focus in on it a little bit here. Let's see, let's get right in there. Here we go. So maybe it's better without the flashlight. And I wasn't sure at first, even though it looks distinctly like petrified wood. But it is. We found several more pieces too. I'll give you one more look at this one too, so you can see up close. Pretty cool, huh? Gorgeous piece. So, anyway, that's my rock collection. Thanks for letting me share.